The night felt too quiet, the kind of quiet that pressed against the walls and made every breath sound loud. Emma lay asleep on her side, one hand curled near her face, her mind drifting between memories and dreams she never finished. The house in Portland had learned how to hold silence since her husband moved out 3 months earlier. It had learned how to wait. She did not hear the door open. She only felt the mattress sink behind her. A warm weight settled close, careful, familiar, and her body reacted before her mind did. Her breath caught, her heart beat faster. The scent reached her first. Cedar soap, cold night air. The smell of him. Daniel. Emma, single quotes, eyes opened slowly, afraid of what they might see. The clock on the nightstand glowed to 14 a.m. She stayed still, pretending sleep, because waking felt dangerous, because part of her was not ready. Daniel lay behind her, not touching, not pulling her close, but close enough that his breath brushed the back of her neck. He had not been in this bed since the night everything broke, since words turned sharp and silence turned cruel. He did not speak. Neither did she. The past rose up between them like a third presence. 12 years of marriage. 2 kids grown enough to live their own lives. A love that once felt solid, then slowly cracked under missed moments, unspoken needs, and choices neither wanted to name. Emma's mind raced. Why was he here? Why now? Daniel shifted, careful not to wake her, or maybe careful not to scare himself away. His hand hovered near her waist, then pulled back. He sighed, a low sound filled with regret. "I'm sorry," he whispered, so softly she almost thought she imagined it. Her chest tightened. The words hit harder because he thought she was asleep, because they were unguarded. She stayed still, but tears filled her eyes. Daniel had always been careful with his pain. He carried it quietly, like a man afraid of burdening anyone. That was part of what broke them. Emma needed words, gave silence. He swallowed, then spoke again. "I didn't know where else to go." Emma remembered the night he left. The bags by the door, the way he avoided her eyes, the way she stood frozen, waiting for him to fight, to say something that would stop time. He didn't. He just said he needed space. Space turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. She shifted slightly, just enough to let him know she was awake. Daniel froze. Slowly, she turned over and faced him. The dim light caught his face, older than she remembered, tired in a way that went deeper than sleep. His hair was messier. His eyes searched hers, full of fear and hope in equal parts. "Emma," he said. Her name sounded like a question. "What are you doing here?" she asked, her voice steady, even though her hands shook under the blanket. "I knocked," he said. "You didn't answer. So you let yourself in?" He nodded. "I still have the key." She laughed once, sharp and humorless. "Course. You do?" Silence stretched. The house listened. "I didn't plan this," Daniel said. "I was driving. I couldn't sleep. Kept thinking about you. About us." Emma sat up, pulling the blanket around herself. "You don't get to come here in the middle of the night and say things like that." "I know," he said quickly. "I know. I'll leave. I just needed to see you. To know you're okay." She studied him, the man she loved. The man who broke her heart. The man who still felt like home and danger at the same time. "I'm not okay," she said honestly. "But I'm surviving." He nodded. "That sounds like you." Her throat tightened. "Why now, Daniel?" He ran a hand through his hair. "'Cause I made a mistake." The words hung between them, heavy and fragile. She waited. "I thought leaving would fix things," he continued. "I thought I needed distance to breathe. But all it did was make everything louder. I miss you, Emma. I miss our mornings. I miss the way you hum when you cook. I miss the way you look at me when you think I'm not watching." Her heart pounded. She hated how icily he still knew her. "You didn't miss me enough to stay," she said. "That's the part I can't forgive myself for," he said quietly. She turned away, blinking back tears. "You hurt me, I know," I begged. You two talk, she said. I begged you to tell me what you needed. I didn't know how, he said. I was scared. I felt like I was failing you. She looked back at him. So you left instead. He nodded, shame written across his face. They sat in silence, inches apart, separated by months of pain and a thin line of hope neither dared to cross. Daniel shifted closer, slow and careful. Can I stay here tonight? Just to sleep? I won't. Touch you, I swear. Emma's heart screamed yes. Her pride whispered no. She thought of the empty bed. The nights she stared at the ceiling. The mornings she woke up reaching for someone who wasn't there. Just tonight, she said finally. And that's all. Relief washed over his face. Thank you. He lay back down, keeping space between them. Emma turned away again, staring at the wall. Sleep felt impossible now. Minutes passed. Then more. Emma, he whispered. Yes. I never stopped loving you. Her breath caught. She didn't answer. Instead, she closed her eyes, feeling the warmth of him behind her. The familiar weight of what they once were and what they might never be again. Her heart battled her mind, longing, fighting caution. Love clashing with memory. Outside, rain began to fall, soft at first, then heavier, tapping against the window like a question waiting for an answer. Emma lay awake, knowing that when morning came, everything would change, and she had no idea whether she was ready for what came next. Morning came softly, light slipping through the curtains like it was afraid to interrupt. Emma woke before the alarm, her body stiff, her mind already racing. For one small moment, she forgot everything. Then she felt the warmth behind her. The steady breathing and reality rushed back in. Daniel was still there. He lay on his side, facing away, his back tense as if he had not slept much either. The space between them remained, but it felt thinner now, charged with everything they had. Not said. Emma sat up slowly. Her feet touched the cold floor, grounding her. She stood and pulled on a sweater, needing something solid around her. In the mirror, her face looked tired but clear. There was fear there, yes, but also something else. Strength behind her. Daniel stirred. Morning, he said quietly. She turned morning. They stood there, unsure of what came next, like strangers learning each other again. Emma went to the kitchen without inviting him, but without stopping him either. He followed, keeping a careful distance. The coffee machine hummed, filling the silence. Emma focused on small things. The mug, the counter. The way sunlight touched the table where they once planned vacations and birthdays. I'll make some, she said, though he hadn't asked. Thank you, he replied. They sat across from each other, hands wrapped around warm cups, eyes meeting. Only in brief glances, the house felt different in daylight, less forgiving. I should go, Daniel said finally. Emma nodded. Yes, he stood, then hesitated. Before I do, can we talk? Her jaw tightened. Talking didn't work before. No, he said, but I've been doing a lot of thinking. And listening, mostly to myself. She crossed her arms. Say what you need to say, he took a breath. I was unhappy, but I blamed everything except myself. I thought love was supposed to feel easy forever. When it didn't, I panicked. I ran. She didn't interrupt. I see now how selfish that was, he continued. You were asking for effort, not perfection. And I couldn't give it because I was afraid of failing. Emma looked at him, really looked. Not the man she missed, not the man who left, but the one standing here now, open and unprotected. You don't get to fix this just because you understand it now, she said. I know, he replied. I'm not asking for that. Then, what are you asking for? She asked. A chance to prove I can be better, he said, slowly, on your terms. Her heart thudded. She hated how much she wanted to believe him. I'm not the same woman you left, she said. I've learned how to live without you. I see that, he said softly. And I respect it. That surprised her. She walked past him, opening the front door. Cool air rushed in. You should go. He nodded, grabbing his jacket. At the door, he paused. I'll give you space, but if you ever want to talk, I'm here. Then he was gone. The days that followed felt strange. Lighter, somehow, but also heavier. Emma went through her routines, but Daniel's presence lingered in her thoughts. She remembered things she tried to forget. Laughter, late nights, the way his hand used to find hers without thinking. She didn't call him, neither did he. A week passed. Then another. One evening, Emma stood in the grocery store aisle, staring at pasta she didn't need when she heard his voice. Emma, she turned. Daniel stood there, holding a basket, looking just as surprised. Hi, she said. Hi. He replied. They smiled awkwardly. How have you been? He asked. Okay, she said. You better, he said. Still working on things. They walked to the checkout together, talking about small, safe topics. Weather, work, nothing. That could hurt Dot outside. He gestured to her car. Can I walk you? She nodded. They stood by her door, the parking lot buzzing around them. I meant what I said, he told her. No pressure. I know, she said. That helps. She drove home feeling unsettled but not broken. Something was shifting, slow and uncertain. Days turned into cautious texts. Then phone calls. Then coffee in public places, where memories couldn't corner them. Daniel listened more than he spoke. He didn't rush her. That mattered. One night after dinner at a quiet restaurant, he asked, Can I come by? Choose. Talk. She thought for a long moment. Okay? When he arrived, he stayed in the living room. They talked for hours. About mistakes. About loneliness. About the ways they both changed. I was angry for so long, Emma admitted. Angry at you. Angry at myself. I know, he said. You had every right to be. She studied him. Why didn't you fight for us? He didn't look away. 'Cause I didn't know how to fight without hurting you. I chose escape instead. I'm sorry. The words landed differently this time. Not like an excuse. Like a truth. Silence filled the room. Not awkward, but thoughtful. I'm scared, Emma said. So am I, he replied. They laughed softly at that. He stood to leave. At the door, he turned. Can I hug you? She hesitated, then nodded. The hug was gentle, careful, nothing like the desperate ones they used to share. It felt like a beginning, not a return. As weeks passed, trust rebuilt in small pieces. Shared walks, honest talks, therapy sessions he attended without complaint. Showed up when he said he would. He apologized without being asked. Emma let herself hope, cautiously. One night, months later, Daniel stood in her bedroom doorway again. As time invited, they stood facing each other, nerves buzzing. I don't want to rush, he said. Neither. Do I? She replied. They sat on the bed, talking until words faded. When he reached for her hand, she didn't pull away. This time, she said, we do it right. He squeezed her hand. This time, I don't run. Emma lay beside him, awake but peaceful. The future was still uncertain. Pain had not vanished. But love, real love, was not about perfect nights or easy choices. It was about staying. And for the first time in a long while, Emma believed they just might.